Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of NBC's Destination X, Season 1, Episode 1, the premiere. I'm Jonny Fairplay, joined by Bobby Goodsby. Folks, if you like our coverage of this, don't worry, there's more to come. After each and every episode, the person that has dropped from the bus will be joining us the next day. So get ready for that. Super excited. We'd like to thank our good friends at NBC Universal for helping us on this voyage. All right. No spoilers, Bobby Goodsby. I love this show. Where are you at?
I really like it too. I think it's a cool concept. Like I think that there are a few things that I would like to see tweaked, but with the initial concept and the initial season, I really like the way that they've got this set up and where it could be going.
I think season 2 of this is going to be badass. So we start with 10 strangers on the adventure of a lifetime. We've heard that before. Yeah. And I guess that's a lie because based on the previews for later this season, we have some dude from The Bachelor and Janae from Love Island. So it is 12 strangers having the adventure of a lifetime.
Yeah, we get Pilot Pete here soon, so that we see him in the previews. I'm excited to see Pilot Pete.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was the guy from The Bachelor. That's he's not from The Bachelor. He's from Traitors.
Yeah.
That's Pilot Pete.
Yeah, it's great. I'm excited to see him. I'd love to. People liked him on The Bachelor, but I think a lot of people fell in love with him on Traitors because of
he was so great on the Traitors. Yeah. He was that season's Dylan Efron.
Exactly. He was essentially the pre-Dylan Efron version of Dylan Efron.
like is Pilot Pete kind of a forgotten soul from Traitors because of the Dylan Efron love?
I mean, I feel like they always want to find a Pilot Pete after Pilot Pete was on season 2, right? I think that's why they got a Dylan Efron, who was kind of like at the time.
You're going to be the next Pilot Pete.
Exactly.
But he was so much better than Pilot Pete at being Pilot Pete. They're like, oh yeah, we need another Dylan Efron.
Exactly. So now they're going to go and move on, and whoever that person's going to be in the next one. Like, I know we've kind of got spoiled on who could possibly be in the cast. It's still not official, but I don't see a Dylan Efron or a Pilot Pete in
I don't either.
And I think that's a mistake. I think they need to have that. And I mean, I questioned Dylan Efron at the time because it's like, why would we have Zac Efron's brother? Like, who gives a shit? It turned out to be great.
I think if the rumors are true, we're talking Traitors season 4 real quick. Coach could be that voice of the voiceless, the leader of the faithfuls. But I don't see Coach being Pilot Pete or Dylan Efron.
No, I agree.
I looking at the cast, it's like the only person that remotely fits that role, and I'm like, okay, we'll see.
But I'm excited to have Pilot Pete on this season. Like, I really wish they would have brought him in from the start though, because I just feel like I hate when shows bring in these special casting late in the season, and we understand why they do it, but
preferential treatment.
I don't
to protect them as opposed to a Josh Martinez.
Exactly, like they were willing to sacrifice Josh Martinez, as we saw here.
So, all right. Well, our host is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You guys probably know him most from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Him and his baseball bat. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he wasn't he the boyfriend in oh my God, what's the show? Scandalous? No, what's it called? With the family in Chicago.
I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
It could be right. It could be wrong.
I think he's the boyfriend, and then I think he did Walking Dead, and I think they replaced him with another actor for the next season. So God, what was it? They did like a Shameless.
Okay, yeah. I never watched that show, but yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So good. So there. It's a very simple concept.
Mm-hmm.
There's 10 strangers, which is really 12, and you just have to answer one question: where the hell am I?
Yeah. Before we get into it, did you like the host how he did in this position? Like, I thought he did a great job.
I love Jeffrey D. Morgan. He's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite actors. I like everything he does. Like there's just this grittiness to him and realness to him, and he doesn't overly care. It feels like, but maybe or maybe not. I saw episode 2, and he cares. This guy is all in.
Yeah.
Like,
I really liked him. Especially at the end of this episode when he's talking to Josh and like showing Josh where he's at, and they're like, "Oh, let's just go grab a beer and all this stuff." Like, like he just seemed to be like just a cool dude, like a cool guy that just like found it fun in the fact of like surprising these people with where they're at.
He might be my favorite host of any of these. And like I Jeff Probst is the king. He's great. Joe Rogan, he's great. We hung out when I did Celebrity Fear Factor, and hung out afterwards. Joel McHale is the greatest, but like his whole thing is like not only does he not care, he like disdains what he's doing, but he doesn't really. It's kind of a gimmick. Phil from The Amazing Race, he seems all in, but he's not going to say let's grab a beer after an elimination.
Exactly.
So whereas Jeffrey D. Morgan's just like, all right, so I've seen these shows like this, and like we'll just fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, all right, like we'll try it your way. And what they do, and they're like, this is fucking good.
Yeah, it works. It really works.
I loved it. As I said, just the effortlessness of it is, and like as I said, you'll see an emotional roller coaster because like he likes some of these people and he doesn't like some of these people, and he's not afraid to show them and show us the viewer and actually let them know as well.
And he'll call him out too, like we saw in this episode, where like he'll call you out in a second if you do something, or if you're being show any kind of betrayal or whatever.
Yeah, and not like in a tattletale way. It's like, hey, it's kind of some bullshit, right? I kind of like it.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that. So I think he for a first time host, as far as I know of a show like this. I think he's doing great.
Yeah, so they're really it's funny because we've seen the evolution of the host of these. We've seen the Jeff Probsts of it all, and then we saw Joe Rogan do the Joe Rogan of it all. With Fear Factor, and that led to the Joel McHales. It's like, hey, how about let's get someone entertaining to do these things, and then we get the Will Arnett on Lego Masters, and then Daniel Tosh on the GOAT, which really took some time for him to get his footing. I mean, like it wasn't to work. Like I think it was like the end of episode 2 where he fought and I'm just like, can we refilm episode 1?
Yeah.
So, but no, Jeffrey T. Morgan's just like, I think I got this, and they're like, you want to talk about it? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is what I'm gonna do. I think this is gonna be good, and he was right. You just. If you're a master of your craft, you got it.
Yeah.
So, well, we begin. We're 30,000 feet over Europe. They're blindfolded with these crazy goggles and stuff. There's mountains. And Allie is the first person we meet. She is a lover based on the tattoo that she has. She just met her husband, Josh. Josh Martinez is here, and that is going to be her husband.
Did we think she was actually talking about Josh, or was she just saying that like in general? Like she didn't.
Really I think she like whatever she sees at that moment can work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so the first thing she sees is Josh Martinez. She's like, oh yeah, this shit will work.
I think she had the goggles on for too long, or the the VR headset on for too long, because she was like a mama bird, or like a baby bird saying mama bird for the first time.
Yeah. So, do you like the VR goggles? I
get why they do it, right?
Yeah.
I get why they do it. I don't love it because, for me, watching it, I'm like, okay, it's not really giving me anything, right? It's not really doing anything, but I get why they do it, so they can get the camera on the inside to get their eyes shot and all that. And it's also something that, like, or instead of a blindfold, that gives it a more like Destination X.
It's a futuristic version of a black hole. Instead of just, pulling a buff down over your head and doing the same exact thing.
I thought it was going to be something more with that headset. Like, I thought they were going to put, like, the visual on the headset.
I know. It's none of that. They are not Dylan Efron meta glasses from Ray-Ban.
Yeah. I thought for sure that it would be like, okay, we're going to give you a hint, and it's going to show them in the headset, like, where they're at, but then then it's going to go blank.
No, not at all. I think season 2, maybe that's the gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I get what they're going for, and I'm just like, kind of a swing and a miss, but it's fine. Next is Kim. She's a Coachella grandma. I don't love Kim.
When I looked at this, I was like, this is Kim Mattina 2.0. Is it not?
But not. Well, you know what? I didn't like Kim Mattina at first. She grew on me.
Like, she's giving me Kim Mattina, and it just happened to both be named Kim. But like, she's giving me Kim Mattina vibes, and I love Kim Mattina. I've talked to her many times, but I don't know. Coachella grandma. I guess that's a good casting gimmick to get in.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we have Josh Martinez. He is a Big Brother winner and a challenge loser. Right?
How did nobody recognize him?
Here's the crazy thing. Casting wise, that we're gonna get there. We'll get to her. You know what? I'm flying ahead here. Mac.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love Mac.
I love Mac too.
I think Mac is the awesome version of Emily Flippin from Survivor.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I think Emily Flippin, like, I liked her, I was like, I'm not here for these people, blah, blah, blah. And then she turns kind of good and was like, oh, well, I don't like you as much anymore. Like, I liked you when you kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So this is how I envisioned Emily Flippin. And the fact that she has stayed off the radar of Survivor is insane, because she was made for Survivor. But I know why, because the casting of the new era is like, oh, we don't want you to be a bad guy. She's
like a non-neurotic Emily Flippin.
She's great. She is amazing. If Max sends her audition tape for Survivor seasons 1 through 30, she's on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she would have been excellent casting for Survivor, and I honestly think she could be awesome casting, like, for Traitors or something down the line.
So, well, bringing her up, I'm like, how does Mac not know who Josh Martinez is?
Anyone. Like, there's at least 6 people in this cast, maybe 7, who are under the age of 30, right? Yeah. There's no way you're telling me any of these 20 to 30-year-olds don't know the people from the challenge or even Big Brother. If you're going on reality TV, you have to have some kind of knowing reality TV to even the smallest degree.
Well, if I'm there, I think the over 30 know who I am.
Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that, like, not one person, that blows my mind.
Yeah. So, we next have Rick. He's a professional bird watcher. That's not all. We will get into more of what Rick is.
Do you think that him being a professional bird watcher is kind of a hack for this game?
I think that, like, as soon as they said professional bird watcher, I'm just like, this dude could he's top 3 pick to win this season.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, he just has to look at one bird and instantly knows where he's at.
Yeah, like, well, we see a preview for the rest of the season. He's just like, oh, it's so-and-so. He's like, I'm not saying anything. Like, I've already got this.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think he could be an end-of-game candidate. He's
I think there's even more to him, and we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
So next is Biggie. He's a Chattanooga sports bettor. He's a dumbass redneck, but is he?
I kind of like Biggie. Like, I love
Biggie.
I think Biggie might be my winner pick.
He's up there. I like Biggie, Rick, and Mac.
Yeah, those are my top 3 as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think we're done. See you guys next week.
Yeah. Let's just finish this podcast now. We're out. We'll see you guys at the end of the season.
So we're going to turn down the interviews for everyone except for those 3. And I'm very excited to talk Destination X with Josh Martinez tomorrow.
Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So, all right. We have the arrival of Jeffrey Dean Morgan on his Harley. Oh, guess what? Allie is no longer in love with Josh Martinez. She is now in love with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah. That ended quick.
Well, I feel like
for Josh Martinez is not a bad thing because I don't think Josh Martinez would want that heat.
I don't think Josh Martinez was aware of the relationship that he was in for the first 12 minutes of the show.
He was married. He was settled down.
This has actually gone better than a lot of his relationships on the challenge.
Lasted a lot longer than some of his time on the challenge too. So
sure. Who's to say? All right. Next is Ty. Is it Ty or Tay? I think it's Ty.
I think it's Ty.
Yeah. Ty is a flight attendant, and we later see on her lower third she's an attorney. Yes. I don't think they showed attorney on the first one. They might have, but I know they do later.
No, I like Ty, but there's something about her. I feel like she's holding back, or maybe she needs a couple episodes to kind of get started. But she for me, I feel like she's smarter than she's letting on, and maybe that's for a reason. Maybe that she's just not trying to come off as a big threat. But she didn't really give me anything this first episode.
I think she's a lot better than we think she is. She's just not good TV yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because think about it, we're still minutes into the show.
Exactly.
I mean, like Sandra Diaz-Twine literally said the same sentence for 8 days.
Yes.
On Survivor Pearl Islands.
Yeah.
And then started talking.
Yeah.
She's like,
I agree with you.
It's just like, hey, Sandra, like, what's the craziest thing? It's like, this one time I was on my way to the prom and someone had the car door open. I hit it. I just kept going. I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy. She's like, yeah. And she's like, all right. So the next day she's like, did I tell you about this one time? I was like, oh, wow. That's all we got, huh?
That's all we got time for anyways.
And I was like, well, you know what? Look within. I'm sure there's more there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Well, it's time for our first challenge. It's baggage, and they're called challenges. They're not excursions. They're not
excursions.
Yeah, they're just challenges. Yeah. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's just like, yeah, I can remember challenge. We're not reinventing the wheel here, folks. So they may have actually been called something else, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. He probably just saw it and was like, oh yeah, challenge, and they're like, okay, I guess we're going with challenge.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, no, that was the House of Villains. They're like, yeah, it's the battle royale, and then it's just like, oh, a power veto. It's not power of veto. But it's the thing that's like power of veto, right? Yes. I'll read them. And because we found out we had the challenge, like, no, that's the battle royale.
Yeah. Right. Got to be battle royale. It's got to, protect the trademark.
So, but we're heading to tribal, right? It's not. All right, we'll go vote. It's fine.
We'll get through it.
So yes, Joel McHale did not bother to learn any of these as well.
Okay, that tracks.
Yeah. So it's 50 suitcases with tags that relate to a country, and the winner gets a clue and picks one other person to see the clue. And we're then introduced to Mac, who is also an attorney, and she's here to feed her ego. And her plan is to pair up and burn the dumbest person there.
I think this was a great strategy. What she does here in this challenge, next level thinking and on your toes too, because she had to come up with this idea on the fly. As soon as they found out the information, she knew how to hack it.
As I said, the fact that I guarantee she sent a video to Survivor, and Lynn Spillman would have put her on in a second. And this new era casting, they're like, oh no. And hence we get season fucking 48.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
What did you think of this challenge?
I was cool with it. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't, they didn't break the budget. What we're going to see here is we're going to cities in countries in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's not, they're not going for obscure facts here. It's not like, you have to know, like, if you do a Google search, it's not the 118th thing about this city in this country. It's top 5 things.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like right out of the gate, our first city is Geneva, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry. It's Rome.
Rome.
Our first city is Rome. Okay. So with that, it's like, why is anyone saying Milan?
Yeah.
Like, if you're thinking Italy, it's like right. If I'm playing this game and we figure out we're in Italy, it's either Venice, Florence, or Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably taking Florence off the map, so it's either Venice or Rome. And unless I see a gondola, it's Rome.
Yeah, I think. Well, we'll get to the like actual challenge portion, like just the briefcase portion. I want to say one thing about that. I really like this as a viewer because I really liked that I could almost play along with what was going on, right? Like, give me the visual. Like when you see Victor Wembanyama, like I know that's France. Like, okay, I'm like, okay, now are they going to get it? Like I can play along with what I know and challenge myself in the game. And that's the best TV games you can put out there is when the viewer can play along at the same time and compete and think, did I get that right? I think I got that right. Are they going to get it right? Stuff like that.
And not overly complicated. Like, as I said, it wasn't simple. The 18th or 118th thing on Google. It was the top 5 things.
Exactly. Like if you see, a sausage, like the sausage that fell on the ground that Allie had no problem picking up right away. I was like, okay, that could be Poland. It could be a Polish sausage. Like I was like thinking in my head.
It's probably Germany because
it's probably Germany, yeah. But I was like thinking, what else could it be?
Yeah, no, I loved it. So, right here I have my notes. A few things. Rachel is introduced to her. She had a nearly perfect SAT score. She is a very 50s styled lady. Yeah. Appears to have diamond earrings in her ears, very big diamonds, and she is married.
Yeah. I love how who was it? Was it Josh or who said? Or no, it was Biggie who said, "The higher the hair, higher the God," or whatever. Or
yeah. Biggie, that's a Biggie line.
That was a Biggie line.
And right here, my biggest takeaway from all this, throughout the mayhem that's happening, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the most laid back person on the planet. He was just like, man, he just seems running around throwing suitcases.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's right there with like a freaking flask and a cigarette in his hand while he was watching the whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure. So, all right. Well, Josh gets 4 out of 8. Rick, just in case you're wondering, you dropped a tag. Don't worry. Allie picked it up because she's playing this game already, and you kind of aren't. Biggie, 6 for 6. He studied. So the Chattanooga sports bettor is kind of smart.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I thought a lot of the ones he was doing, I was like, some of them are pretty like could be multiple things. Yeah. So or could at least put the question in your head is like, do I know this one? And I was surprised he was nailing them. Like I knew a lot of the ones he had, but I was like, oh, this guy can play. This guy knows his stuff. He's not just some redneck from the South, like
and that's why they're not casting a redneck from the South.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he just has the accent.
Smart redneck from the South.
Exactly.
Which I mean, like, what's the point of having some idiot redneck from the South? I mean, like, what he goes
TV.
home.
I mean, just the TV. You're thinking they're going to be the character that's going to be either 1, surprise you, or 2, goes out in a blaze of fury, like just because they're just terrible.
I'm not bothering casting a dumb redneck on the show. You cast the smart redneck to surprise you.
Yeah, I prefer that version. Yes.
Yeah. So let's see. Biggie 6 for 6. Allie is 7 for 10, and that means Allie and Mac win.
Yeah. Did you think that? It wasn't it obvious? Like, could the other? I mean, I guess the other people are just in the zone trying to get these suitcases, but was it not obvious? I mean, I guess she didn't hand them till the very end. So how are they supposed to know?
Yeah, I think it was kind of incognito.
Yeah, no, now that I think say
everyone was in their own heads.
Yeah.
So even if it was a conversation right beside them, they're not paying. They're just like, what does sausage mean?
Yeah, no, very true. I didn't think about that because she did hand the keys at the end, so that makes sense. Or the tag, excuse me.
So and it was the 7th one, Rick's, that won it.
Yeah, I know.
Because
and the
Biggie
one
was
who dropped. Well, they would have tied, right? So I wonder what would have happened in a tie. Would they all three have gotten the information?
I don't think so.
Or would it just be Allie and him, and he would have been the one?
I think Jeffrey D. Morgan would have been like, "How about y'all punch each other and figure it out?"
He brings out his baseball bat with barbed wire and says, "Let's go."
Yeah,
only one can have it.
It's fucking Cactus Jack, this shit. So, all right. Well, there's a map room on the bus. I don't think the map room's on the bus.
Yeah, the map room's kind of weird, right?
Because if you look at the bus, I think there's 2 buses.
It's either two
buses and they're pretending it's one.
I think so too, because the only other thing I could think of is like, on an RV or a bus or whatever, there's like usually like one master bedroom in the back. Did they make that into like a confessional room? But I don't see where that layout would be, because there's the room with all their bunk beds.
Quarters. Like I'm about to see my buddy Rico tonight for SmackDown. And like, they have the buses in which, they all sleep. So I've seen it broken. As I said, I may be mistaken. I feel like there's a bus for sleeping, and I feel like there's a bus for that has the map room and then kind of like entertaining.
Actually, I think we just nailed why the other 2 won't join till later. They only have room. They only have 10 bunks.
Yeah.
They needed to get rid of.
I thought about that.
Yeah. So. Here,
but that's not why they're giving the advantage to Pilot Pete and Janae because
yeah, well, yeah, of course. But do you think that one, like, now that you say, I'm really thinking that there has to be 2 buses, because there's no way it's long enough for 10 bunk beds and a living quarters and a map room
and the map room
/ confessional room.
It just doesn't make sense.
So I wonder if like the one bus with like the recreational area where they all hang out is also the confessional room.
I think it is.
And the other one is just the sleeping quarters.
I think it is.
Bus. That's what I'm thinking too.
I think so. So we'll find out. Or maybe we won't. They're like, yeah, we can't tell you.
It's casting magic.
Yes. So
TV magic, excuse me.
Rick says Josh is a threat. Jonah is the guy from Dune, but he's not the guy from Dune, and maybe stupid.
Okay, so Jonah is really giving me nothing, right? Like, yeah. I feel like he doesn't know anything, and he came up with some smart ideas with like the Roman gladiator stuff with the thumbs up, thumbs down, but like other than that,
I think he's seen one movie, and it was Gladiator.
How does he not know Dune? Like, how does he not know like a lot of this stuff? Like, he seems kind of dumb.
I think he's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, Rick is now dad.
I mean, maybe he'll surprise me.
Maybe. Who's to say? Rick is now dad because they couldn't remember the name Rick. The girls are talking about threats. Josh isn't playing dumb. Oh, yes. He's not playing dumb. He just is dumb. Dad reveals that he's just happy to get away from his wife because apparently she sucks. Was that your takeaway from this, Bobby? Or?
Hey, as a guy who has a wife and kid, I would be down to go to Europe and play a game for 2 weeks by myself as well. Love my wife to death. She would say the same thing.
Not fired. I hate every second I'm away from my fiance.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't stop me from going and doing these things, but
because you have a fiance, you're not married yet.
Oh yeah. Everyone keeps going. They're like, when are you getting married? I'm just like, we're happy. Like, why are we gonna ruin that by getting married?
So wait, so you proposed, but you're not going to go through with the actual.
No, we are, but we're not in a hurry because we're actually happy.
Okay, well, you made it sound right there like you're just going to stay fiancés forever.
She's got the ring, dude. It's huge. She's happy.
Hey, you call me. I'll be there for the wedding. You let me know. I'll marry you.
So, well, we learn a little bit more about Rick. He's deceptive, and in some aspect of his life, he's a negotiator.
Yeah, bird watching negotiator.
Yeah, there is more to Rick than meets the eye. He is a Decepticon.
But he didn't really go into it either. So I'm like,
No.
what kind of negotiations are you doing? Because there's multiple negotiators. It's not just like interrogators or like.
Yeah, well, episode 2, we find out he's Canadian.
See, now you're blowing my mind. So
yes, there's a lot going on with Rick.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rick would be good on Survivor, but I think Rick would have been good on Big Brother.
Actually, Birdwatcher, yeah, Canadian Treks.
Yeah, they don't have anything else going on other than negotiating. Hey, don't take all my maple syrup, eh?
That's his negotiation.
Leave some of that syrup in there for us, eh?
How about the Maple Leafs, eh? Better than your team, eh?
Hey, Stanley Cup next year, eh?
All right. Oh yeah. That makes sense.
All right. Well, guess what? It's time for a clue. It's the ruins of Volterra. And we are officially 200 miles from Destination X. Mac and Allie get a look. Seems like Italy.
Okay, my question. Were they not allowed to turn around? Because there's clearly a road with cars driving back and forth. I feel like all you have to do is turn around and get a look at the cars and like license plates or anything, and you'd get a much better idea of where you're at than just looking at these ruins.
I don't think they can see the license plates. I think they've locked it in. It's Italy. I think they've saw enough. I mean, there's literally an Italian billboard.
Yeah, but I just
and they're just like, maybe that's a trick, and I'm just like, why the fuck would they take you to a place with a trick?
Yeah,
like the whole gimmick is to give you a clue.
And I totally get that. Like you're giving them a clue, and I'm okay with this more than I'm okay with what they gave certain people an advantage in actual Italy, like in Rome, when they're playing the challenge, like the competition.
Yeah. Well, Mac and Allie have the option to reveal to the rest of the bus what they saw. They do. They saw a lot of touristy people. They had cameras.
Yeah. What did you think of that lie?
I love it.
I thought they could have come with something better than that, because you have to be looking at something, right? Like touristy people, like that's not going to do much, right?
It's fine. So, well, Rachel says that Allie is a sausage stealer.
Yeah. Oh, judging by how she reacted to seeing Josh when she took the glasses off, it doesn't.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And she's definitely it. Well, guess what? Mac and Allie tell Rick the truth because, he negotiated it out of him. Hey, tell me what you really saw, eh?
Hold on. Is that a bird, eh?
We're not talking about birds. Josh is aware that Rick is getting the first clue, and it is then explained to everyone the furthest X is off the bus. So if you get all the clues, no map room for you. And our final challenge of the day is caves and tunnels. There are 5 missing coins from the well in the village. There's 2 team captains. Mac is a captain. Allie is a captain. And Biggie and Mac are going to go through town to find these coins. Once these other coins are found, a little convoluted. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but the coins are kind of not really doing it for me. But I like what the idea of it.
The idea is fine. I don't. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't hate it. So I'll allow it.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine for what it was. It was fine. I think that they could change it and make it a little bit cleaner, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah. So, well, there's riddles to release the searcher. Biggie is released first for wine. And the clue is Pinocchio. He goes into a toy shop. There are 1,000 Pinocchios. Guess what? Mac follows up an hour after Biggie and finds the coin.
Okay, first off, how did they both? Okay, they had to have told him, hey, you need to run in this direction and go around.
No, I think they just saw the cameras outside the toy store.
But Biggie ran into that toy store first, right? So how would he have known to go into that toy store? Like
he saw the cameras. outside.
Because they were set up inside.
I think the cameras were outside waiting for the shot of him running into the cameras or into the toy store.
Okay. Nah. I guess
always follow production. Like when you're looking for a hit community idol, go where the camera shows. When you're like, oh, I know it's right here.
No, that tracks. That tracks.
Because these are two smart people. I think the three smartest people on this show easily are Mac, Biggie, and Rick.
Until Pilot Pete comes in, and I think Pilot Pete's up there.
See.
And also, sorry, what do you think of this poor person's shop that they just absolutely destroyed?
I think they fucking picked up the shit afterwards, and I'm just like, if Jonny Fairplay's in that shop, I am never picking up anything.
I would have charged production everything for every single item that touched the ground.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got paid. I mean, how many people are going in a fucking Pinocchio store per day anyways?
They're in Rome. Maybe the Pinocchio store is way bigger than we think.
I've been to Rome.
Have you?
I didn't go in a Pinocchio store. I went to a discotheque. I bought one of my favorite mixtapes I've ever got in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the first time I heard the song, the Tom Tom Club song, the James Brown.
Okay.
Was that Tom Tom Club or was that Genius of Love is the song? Anyway, whatever.
Do you think of Pinocchio or like Rome when you think Pinocchio?
No.
Or Italy?
Nope. Italy.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do not.
I don't think Pinocchio like at all like towards like Italy or Rome or anything.
No.
So that one I wouldn't have figured it out there. Now,
but the wine
was like, okay, this could be, this could be Italy, this could be, Italian wine. But I mean, it could be French, could be Greece. Like you can match wine with a lot of things.
Yeah, but I think Italian wine is probably number one. So, as I said, I think if you're doing a Google search of these things, this is really, I think they're making this pretty freaking easy.
Yeah.
And you look Italy, top 5 things, wine.
Yeah. So, we'll get to like other clues that eventually were like, okay, yeah, that's Italy.
Yeah. So next is the coin is for you drank the poison, whatever. And there's a J for Juliet. But there's also a J for Jesus.
For Jesus. Yeah. I mean,
for the record, I thought Jesus before Juliet.
I thought Juliet for sure. Because like I was like
okay. When you first saw the clue?
Yeah, when I saw the clue. Now they threw me off with what was the wordage on that? Do you have that written down? Okay. Well, I forget what they used the expression, like it's gonna be a Netflix dating show that's coming out too. You're sneaky something. And I had never heard that expression before until I saw the preview for this Netflix show. That's like you're the person that you hook up with, but you don't ever have a relationship with, just your little fling. And that's when I like, thank God I had just watched that, because then I knew what that term was. I was like, oh, okay, that could be Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. So what, like, Jesus does not make sense for the clues for where I am at all.
No.
But Coachella Grandma Kim she's here for Jesus.
I think at a certain point you just start putting in every chip and eventually one's going to drop, right? Yeah. Like if you don't even know it at all, just start putting them all in.
Yeah. So, well, guess what? That is, it is not a tea shop. It is olive oil.
That's where I was like, okay, they're in Italy. Like,
I'm just like, but why are like, if you're wondering how they ended up at the flower shop, for the tea store,
yeah,
it's because he saw cameras at the flower shop.
That makes so much more sense now, because in my head, I for both of these shops, I'm like, how do you just pick that? And that's like,
no, they saw cameers and they're like, it's obviously here. So,
yeah,
we're not reinventing the wheel here, Bobby.
No, I mean, I'm sure this is something they use for like,
I'm sure the Amazing Race is the same gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So this is kind of a more watchable version of the Amazing Race, if you think about it.
That's kind of how I looked at it. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be when I'm going into this watch. I was like, because I kind of came in blind. I was like, okay, it's good.
Well, and I wasn't going to like it because I'm just like, I don't really like the Amazing Race.
and the thing with The Amazing Race is it has its fandom, but it's just so like, and it seems like it'd be an amazing game to play, but like but watching it, it just doesn't do much for me. It's
and podcasting it is horrific.
Oh, it's just rough. And I like it because I don't mind it being there and being in that capacity of
you don't mind that it exists.
I just don't watch it, like unless it's like celebrities, like former Big Brother Survivor players and stuff. That's the only season.
Even then, I tap out. I'm just like, I saw my friends. I'm good.
yeah. I just it's hard. It's hard to
get. Bring the mayo packet. I need packets of mayo. Thanks, Rupert.
Rupert going out first was just great on Amazing Race.
What is talking to the elephant?
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, my spirit animal.
Yes. The last place elephant is Rupert's spirit animal. All right. And finally, it's Mac and Biggie for 3 coins. It's Roman numerals, and it's just like, oh my God. How do we know what Roman numerals it is? Well, I don't know. There's a sign on the building placed by production that says 154 feet.
It's in English.
Italy would not be using feet. They would be using meters.
Yeah.
So that's probably your clue, Biggie.
Yeah. Also, Roman numerals. There's your dead set biggest sign you could get that you're in Italy. And also, like I love how it's just in English. Like, if you're in this position, just look for anything in English, and it was probably set there by production.
Yeah, it was stuck there by production, at 154 feet, bell tower.
And also, did you notice how they had like these sheets over parts of the like wall? I'm sure it's to not give people like a clue.
Oh, because it says Italy.
Yeah, but I was at first. If I would have been one of them, I would have been like, go up there thinking that's part of the game and like rip it off.
Oh yeah,
there's something behind that.
Oh no, I'm sure they gave.
I'm sure they told them too.
But
when I was watching it, I was like, oh, there's your hint right there. Why are they not taking it? Why are they not taking it?
Yeah. Well, guess what? Mac doesn't know Roman numerals up to anything, but she does know 4.
That's all you need.
Yeah. IB.
Why not?
Yeah. So. It's 4, and at this moment I write, she's better TV, Emily Flippin.
Yeah. No, I mean, all you need to know is 1 through 10, and then you can get there by basically the last day.
Yes. So, well, they are in Orvieto, Italy, and 4 coins to Mac, 1 coin to Biggie. Kim says Mac is a big threat. Relax, Coachella Grandma Kim. And we are obviously in an Italian town. Josh is freaking out. Jonah may be stupid, maybe not. We're not sure. And Mac is sending the 4 dumbest people in, not Biggie, or is she? And Rachel or Kim need to go. Oh, no one snores on the bus.
Yeah. I mean, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. So I just started using those breathe right strips when I sleep now.
Oh, are you a snorer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
this going to affect our cuddling in the future?
I mean, nothing would ever affect that. No, wow. I'm pretty sure I used to snore, and then my wife tells me I don't snore, but then I still feel like I do snore. Like it's weird. Like I know for a fact in college I did snore, and then I don't know what changed, but my wife says I don't do it. But then I wake up sometimes. I'm like, I think I was snoring last night.
Hey, you know what they say? Belly full, dick empty makes a happy man. So,
that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. So maybe that's stopping you from snoring.
Hey, maybe. Yeah.
Right. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Yeah.
Who's to say? All right. Let's see. First, it's the first Destination X. Oh my God, we're there. 5 to the map room. It's easy, folks. Where am I? And right here, Mac explains so eloquently who's going in. I'm like, this girl is great TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because like so many people would have, you know, her, like she's saying names, she's explaining the methodology of why she's making the moves that and I'm just like, this girl this girl has seen enough reality TV that she knows how to make great reality TV.
I love how she changes at the last second and saves Allie.
Because that was her plan the entire time.
Oh, yeah. And like everyone on her team's like, what? But it seems like she got no repercussion from that as far as we saw after the initial shock of it.
Yeah. So she goes, yeah, I'm going to back off Allie because she's my ally and I'm going to send Big E. And it's just like, and the team like, we don't like it. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then Allie's like, yeah, I'm choosing Rachel because she's obviously stupid because she dresses like the 50s. I'm like, Rachel had a near perfect SAT score. You just don't know that yet. Like Rachel. Do you like Rachel?
I like Rachel. She's giving me kind of like Rachel Riley.
She does. She's very Rachel Riley.
Yeah, like it's funny. Like she's
an acquired taste.
Yeah, she's giving me Rachel Riley, prime Rachel Riley, but without the craziness yet. Like I love Rachel.
He's giving me 2025 Rachel Riley.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. She like I love Rachel to death, but like she's giving me Rachel Riley vibes. Like there's just something about her. I mean, it's funny that I compared her to Rachel Riley and then I compared Kim to Kim Matina. Like maybe it's just the names are like sticking out my head.
There's something in the water.
There's something in the water.
Yes. So let's see.
Also there's a guy named Shane that's on this show.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get there.
Don't know anything about him.
All right. Well, Josh is saying Rome because he's pretty sure it's Rome, and it's time to go say where you're going. And Rick's like, hey, it's Milan. He's like, thanks, man.
Okay. I see why Rick did this, and I think it's actually a good call. Like, if you want to work with someone and you're pretty adamant, you know where it's at, give those people the hint, and then they could help you in the future. I mean, it backfired completely because it was the wrong location.
But here's the problem with it. This show is almost stupid.
Yeah.
So it's not Milan.
No. Well,
Milan, like as I said, if it's Rome, it's Florence, Venice, or Rome. That's it. There's no other options.
See, and I don't like them going to major landmarks. Like,
and that's what they're that's where season 2 could get they have to be better with their clues.
Yeah.
But I think season 2 is a better show. But at the same time, season 2, I think there's a lot of stupid people going, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where I think this is generic enough where everyone can be like, Rome.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep the audience dumbed down, where they're not going to have to be like, oh, where's, on the map right here in the background, Kira, like you're not trying to locate something that's no one's ever heard of. Yeah. But I think that would be a better show, in my opinion, because
as I said, season 2, season 3, but I don't know. I would have loved to have been on season 1.
Yeah. So, okay, can I ask you this? If you're Josh and you got this hint that it could be Milan and you're thinking Rome and you think everyone in your group's going to say Rome, so you're thinking Rachel's probably going to put Milan because she was on the other team.
You just put it between the two.
Put right between the two.
I thought it was a done deal.
It's easy. And like the fact that he just put it in Milan so blindly when everyone else is going Rome. So you're literally putting yourself out there. Even if you think, okay, he's giving me correct information and he's only telling me it could be Milan, then put it on northern Rome. Like put it in the furthest north part of Rome. So you're still in Rome. And if anyone guesses southern Rome, you're already there.
Yep.
It made no sense to me. I was like, just put it right in the middle. Right in the middle, and you're safe.
Right in the middle or northern Rome, where you're only two options if you're Josh Martinez.
100%. It made no sense to me.
No. So, you have 2 minutes to place your X, which Josh could have loved another 2 minutes because he was really in a battle with himself at this point. Well, guess what? Josh is the furthest.
Do you feel like he do you feel like he did it at the last second?
Yeah.
Like the show is showing us?
Yeah.
I think he just panicked. I don't think he could zoom out anymore. He was like, I'm trying to zoom out. Just there.
Yeah. So, get ready. Episode 2. So Josh is the farthest away from the X and on his exit because Josh is messy. He learned from Fessy. He calls out Rick for false information, says he's a snake and don't trust him.
I did like that though. I thought that was good TV.
It's Josh. It's Josh. We got Josh.
Yeah.
Like we only had him for one episode, and he was like, "Oh, on my way out, hold my beer."
Yeah, I really wish we wouldn't have lost Josh here.
It hurt. You know what? I mean, it set the tone. It's just like, wow, you know. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh man, Josh would have been, because I would have like, I don't know what Janae's dating situation is post Love Island 6, but I thought I would have bet money that Josh and Janae hooked up.
Okay. Yeah, I would have thought Josh and Kim would have hooked up for sure. But
well, I mean, you never know.
To say?
She's the cool Graham. She's at Coachella, dude.
She's at Coachella, man.
But she's not there for the last few acts. She's hey, G Love and Special Sauce are going on at 10:45 a.m. Who's down? Like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna still be trying to score some weed in the parking lot around then. Sorry, I don't think I made it.
Nana, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah. Don't yell out to G Love. There's no one here. Oh, jeez. The parking's the worst. Oh.
No, she brings her own motorhome. She brings her own motorhome. She doesn't have to worry about that. But
we'll ask her. I'm sure we'll get to talk to her sooner than later.
It's immaculate in there too. Like there's no it's not like a party one. It's just like this is her home.
I don't think we have to wait till the finale to interview Kim.
Hopefully not. I hope not.
Yeah. So, well, let's see. Josh Martinez, in case you're wondering, we are 362 miles from Milan. So that's not close. Reality Gladiator cut down in his prime in front of the Coliseum. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan's like, let's go out and have some beers.
I love that. I love that scene. Yeah.
I don't think that was bullshit. I think
they probably did. I think it was just cool because it kind of gave him like the human element, right? Like he's like, he was having fun with these, like, oh man, you were so close, you had it, like just like almost like him bonding with like a friend over. Hey,
yeah, he was just like, dude, you understand, you're the guy from Big Brother in the channel. Yeah. You're not supposed to go home first.
Like, you idiot, we wanted you to go further.
And and Josh was like, I was literally in Rome last year. And he was like, dude, you're super extra stupid.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know.
And he's like, all right, let's just go get a beer. Let's go get some wine on me.
I love Josh Martinez. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I love the show. This was a 10 out of 10 for a premiere episode with an asterisk with the stupid coins in the well.
And the VR and a couple things. But like VR. A couple things that they could change or at least make better.
Yeah. So, but once again, I am okay with just doing the most famous city in that country. Like I don't need this show. I want whoever I'm in the room with to be like, I've heard of Rome.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that if I don't know for a fact, I'd be willing to bet 6 out of 10 people have never heard of the city of Milan.
Yeah, no, I would think so. You know, I mean, there is a big soccer team there, like they said, AC Milan, which the cheese and the swords gave me nothing to do with AC Milan.
Yeah, Swiss Guard.
Yeah, it was Swiss Guard. I would have never got Swiss Guard, but I knew it wasn't AC Milan.
No, I didn't think it was AC Milan.
I will say this, so I think that I'm okay with them dumbing it down for the audience and giving us landmark locations, but I would like it as the game gets further along, like towards the end, make it a little more difficult. Like, it doesn't have to be a town that no one's ever heard of.
I can live with a little more difficult, but based on later this season, this, like, you can lie to people on where, like, on the, like it looks like this thing is going to be really good.
Yeah, and I mean, we're only in episode
but only really good for players like Rick, Mac, and
Biggie.
Biggie. That's it. Like I think the other, like I think Coachella Grandma Kim is fun.
Yeah. I'm excited. We're only episode 1. So like there's still a lot of ways they can play this out. We don't know exactly the route they're gonna take. This is just my assumption with like the locations and stuff, or how the games work or what have you. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here, because I agree with you. I think this premiere episode was great. I love the concept. I think it's original. I think it's like it's fun because it's like, okay, where are they? When you can kind of play along, try and guess where they're at as well. It's a great viewing material for the fan to also be involved in the game.
Yeah, it's a better television version of Amazing Race without the shaky camera.
Yeah. And then trying to like whistle a cab half the episode.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? So I will tell you this: episode 2 is better than episode 1.
I can't wait to get into it. I'm excited for our next podcast that will break down.
I don't know how I've seen it. I have can I break the fourth wall here? I actually flew to Europe, and so they're several hours. They're many hours ahead, and I saw next week.
Okay, there you go. See, that explains it.
The mass.
Yeah, the math for sure.
Okay, thank you.
That a whole week in a 10-hour flight makes sense.
I just fucking time zones, dude.
What are you in this Marvel multi-universe situation?
I Supermaned it. I DC'd it. DC's back, baby.
Oh yeah,
hey, Marvel's back.
Yeah, don't get me started on all that. No. we'll talk later. No, I'm very excited for this season. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I think NBC is nailing it with these shows. Like NBC's got CBS in a chokehold right now.
What does CBS have?
Survivor, Big Brother, like even Amazing Race to an extent. Like they're challenging them in all aspects of reality TV.
I will take Destination X over
Amazing Race.
I'll take Love Island over Big Brother.
So I wouldn't even put Love Island in that category.
No, it's 6 nights a week all summer long.
Yeah. I would put Traitors up against Big Brother. Would put and then
TKO.
Yeah. I would put this against Amazing Race, and I would choose this. And then I think the big one is Dondi versus Survivor. And
we're not there yet, but we could easily be there.
Season 48 is making it lean towards Dondi after Dondi season 2. Like, and don't get me wrong, Survivor is one of my all-time favorite shows. But the modern day Survivor or what we just saw on Dondi.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, who's to say? So with that, everybody click like, do the subscribe, share, leave a comment. Just say you love the show. Who you think's going to win? Any of those fun things. Own the algorithm, and join us right back here tomorrow. We have Josh Martinez.
I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited to see Josh, because last time I was in the same room as Josh, he was winning $500,000 on Big Brother.
Wow. Well, I'm sure he would prefer to talk about that than this, but we will ask him how his date went with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, I'm excited to hear all about their drunken stories.
Yes, and to hear about his relationship with Allie that he was probably not aware of.
True. Very true.
So with that, thank you, everybody. Go to JonnyFairplay.com to get a cameo and all those fun things. Go to realityaftershow.com for links to everything. Once again, share, follow Bobby Goodsby at Goodsby Bobby on the things. I'm at Jonny Fairplay, no H Johnny. Until then, bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.